You may be the most talented manager or engineer out there, but without one crucial skill, you're stuck. The most vital ability that nobody seems to talk about is negotiation. Did you know that being bad at negotiations can cost you up to $1 million over your career? You heard it well. However, we are here to change that statistics. In this video, we're going to share practical tips and strategies for negotiating like a pro, so you can achieve your goals and reach your full potential. Negotiation is not just about being persuasive, it's about preparation. It feels like a game of chess, where you have to anticipate your opponent's moves and plan several steps ahead. To prepare like a genius, you need to study your opponent's desires, needs, and pain points. Think about what they're willing to give up and what they're willing to fight for. For example, imagine you're negotiating a salary increase with your boss. You know that they value punctuality and reliability, so you emphasize how you always show up on time and never miss a deadline. You also know that they're concerned about budget, so you offer to take on extra responsibilities without additional compensation. By anticipating their concerns and addressing them before they even come up, you can show your boss that you're prepared and committed to finding a win-win solution. Negotiating is all about setting the stage for success. One of the most powerful ways to do this is by setting anchors. Essentially, this means making an initial offer that is either sky-high or rock-bottom low. The reason for this is simple. It creates a contrast between what the other party is expecting and what you're actually offering. This contrast makes your real offer seem much more reasonable, and it also puts the other party on their toes. By using this tactic, you can gain the upper hand in any negotiation and come out with a win-win outcome. When it comes to negotiation, the traditional advice is to let the other party make the first move. But being the first to move can actually give you an advantage. By making your offer first, you establish control over the conversation and can shape the negotiation to your liking. Think about it this way. If you let the other party make the first move, you are essentially reacting to their offer. But by making the first move, you are setting the tone for the conversation and can build from there. This strategy goes hand in hand with setting anchors, as it allows you to control the narrative and make a strong first impression. Next time you're in a negotiation, don't be afraid to make the first move. It could be the key to your success. When it comes to negotiations, it's not just about making your offer and waiting for the other party to respond. You need to ask thoughtful questions that get them talking and sharing more information. Avoid asking simple yes or no questions that don't give you any useful insight. Instead, ask open-ended questions that require some thought to answer. This will encourage the other person to share more information and help you better understand their needs and desires. But why is this so important? The more information you have, the better you can tailor your offer to their specific needs. And the more tailored your offer, the more likely they are to accept it. So, don't be afraid to ask thoughtful questions and really dig deep to understand what the other party wants. But that's not all. By asking these questions, you also control the conversation and keep the other party engaged. It's a win-win situation. Negotiations can be a daunting experience, often painted as grim and tense. But did you know that a negative atmosphere can actually hinder the negotiation process? In fact, maintaining positivity can give you the upper hand. The best meetings are those that are upbeat and positive, even while tackling objections. Remember, it's not about being mean or aggressive. It's about finding a solution that works for everyone. Keep a positive mindset, and you'll be surprised at how much more smoothly the process can go. It's natural for the other party to have objections to your proposals. They may have concerns or reservations about certain aspects of your offer. The key is to approach objections with a mindset of curiosity and empathy, rather than defensiveness or aggression. Ask questions to understand their concerns, and be prepared to offer alternative solutions or compromises. By addressing objections openly and constructively, you'll build trust and respect with the other party, and increase the likelihood of reaching a mutually beneficial agreement. Imagine you are trying to negotiate a salary raise with your boss. You come to the meeting prepared, having researched industry standards and your own performance record. However, your boss expresses objections, such as budget constraints or questioning your level of experience. Instead of avoiding these objections or getting defensive, it's important to address them openly. Ask questions to understand their perspective and concerns, and then present your solutions in a clear and respectful manner. For example, if they mention budget constraints, you could suggest a performance-based compensation plan that aligns with the company's goals. By addressing objections openly, you can turn potential roadblocks into opportunities for collaboration and compromise, leading to a more successful negotiation outcome for both parties. Do you ever feel like you're talking to someone from another planet when you negotiate? It's not just you, it's a common problem. But here's the thing. Mirroring their energy level and body language can be the key to unlocking a successful negotiation. By paying attention to their tone of voice, speed of speech, and other nonverbal cues, you can adjust your own communication style to match theirs. This creates a sense of rapport and trust, making it more likely that they will be receptive to your ideas. So, next time you negotiate, try mirroring their energy level and see how it affects the conversation. You might be surprised by the results. Negotiations are often viewed as a battle, but in reality, it's more of a dance. You want to lead, but you also want your partner to enjoy the steps. Imagine a tango where you're in control of the moves, but your partner isn't following. The dance is clunky, and nobody is happy. This is why it's important to aim for a win-win situation. You want to leave the meeting with what you wanted, but you also want the other party to leave with something valuable to them. This may take a bit of compromise, but it's worth it in the end. Remember, it's not about defeating the other party. It's about finding a way for both parties to come out on top. Imagine a game of chess where you're holding your queen hostage, and the other player has their king on the line. The person who's more willing to sacrifice their piece will ultimately win the game. In negotiation, the same principle applies. When you have the upper hand, and the other party knows it, the power dynamic shifts in your favor. By being willing to walk away, you're signaling to the other party that you won't settle for anything less than what you want. This metaphorical queen is your leverage, and you must hold onto it until you get the best possible outcome. When the other party realizes that they might lose out on the deal altogether, they'll be more likely to compromise and give you what you want. Imagine you're in a negotiation, and you're facing a thorny issue that seems impossible to solve. You're tempted to point fingers, play the blame game, and get frustrated with the person on the other side of the table. But wait. Before you go down that road, remember this: the problem is not the person. The problem is the enemy that needs to be extinguished. To zero in on a problem, you need to be extremely hard on it, but not on the person. Focus on identifying the root cause of the issue and then work to address it. Seek to add value in the negotiation by getting rid of problems rather than by assigning blame. By approaching negotiations in this way, you'll be able to create a more collaborative environment that is focused on finding solutions. And as you work together to solve the problem, you'll build trust and respect with the other party, which can lead to more successful negotiations in the future. So remember, the next time you find yourself in a difficult negotiation, zero in on the problem, not the person. Negotiation meetings can be intimidating, but they don't have to be. By reframing the conversation as a collaboration, you can create a positive and productive atmosphere. Instead of approaching negotiations as an adversarial process where each side is trying to win, view it as a joint effort to find solutions that benefit everyone involved. During the meeting, be sure to discuss each party's agendas openly and honestly. This will help both sides understand each other's needs and goals, and can lead to more creative solutions that satisfy everyone. It's important to remember that negotiations are not about one party lecturing the other. It's about finding common ground and working together to achieve mutual success. So, if you want to have a successful negotiation, approach it with a collaborative mindset. By doing so, you'll create an environment that fosters creativity, understanding, and positive outcomes. Remember, the best negotiations are the ones where everyone leaves the table feeling like they have won. It's important to remember that negotiations are a complex process, but one that can be mastered with practice and patience. By following these tips and strategies, you can build a better understanding of what it takes to achieve a successful negotiation. However, don't forget that negotiations are ultimately about people and relationships. Therefore, it's essential to keep an open mind and remain respectful throughout the process. Remember, A win-win outcome can only be achieved if all parties involved are satisfied. We hope that you found this video helpful and informative. If you have any thoughts or insights that you would like to share, we encourage you to leave a comment below. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching, and we wish you all the best in your future negotiations.